What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. We have a cool submission here from Here's Drewski, a player that has sent us several submissions over the past couple of seasons, and is someone that I believe only got really into PvP in the last couple seasons and has improved really quickly, is already a really good player, and likes to run the spice, which we all can appreciate. Running Articuno, Double Water with Primarina and Palkia, those two water Pokemon covering the fire and the steel weakness of Articuno, as well as the rock weakness to Articuno. So a team that makes a lot of sense. Articuno, the legendary Kanto bird you don't see too often in the Master League. A cool team. Let's get into it. And also, if you stay tuned till the end of the video, I have a little non-Pogo clip I want to share that is kind of cool to me. Some of you probably won't care, won't be a big deal, but it'll be a little a fun thing to share at the end of the video that that happened today. So that being said, here's Drewski. Here we go. Articuno running Ice Shard, Icy Wind, Ancient Power. It is a relatively bulky Pokemon, but it doesn't quite reach that same CP level as some of the other Pokemon in the Master League, so we'll see how well it can do. We are going to start off safe swapping the Primarina, and Ho-Oh is going to stay in to get that shield before swapping out, and we see Xerneas coming. This is where that Community Day Hydro Cannon is going to benefit the Primarina. Some nice neutral damage here. Also getting to it a little bit quicker when you get to that Disarming Voice. Only 40 energy for the Hydro Cannon as opposed to 45 energy for the Disarming Voice. Xerneas going to breach a Moonblast most likely here. Going to actually put up a Protect Shield. Wants to maybe... Okay, going to save this. Come in Articuno. I actually like this play a lot, because now you get some energy here. And if they swap in Ho-Oh... Oh, Thunder! That's kind of spicy. Now you actually reach the Ancient Power. Double super effective. Does the Ho-Oh shield? Let's see. Ancient Power, they don't shield, but unfortunately it doesn't actually knock out, which is kind of sad. But it does put it really low. The problem is Ho-Oh does have a Brave Bird loaded here. So they are going to fire off an attack against Palkia, and that is going to do a lot of neutral damage. What's in the back? It's going to be Dialga. Now, this game is probably not quite over, but this does seem like a difficult situation. Dialga up a shield is just so dangerous. Palkia does have some energy. Iron Head is going to hit for neutral damage here. I would think it'll just about knock out Primarina, and it does. And yeah, Palkia is going to be a little bit too low. Going to be a top left to start things off. And unfortunately not able to get that one, but we will see. Game number 2, I've got a good feeling now we'll get a win on the board. Yeah, Drewski, I think, has been a grinder in terms of raids and stuff for a long time, but only, started taking PvP seriously the past few seasons, and has already, hit Legend and stuff. So it just goes to show, when you, start to take PvP seriously, you learn your counts, learn your timing, can improve really quickly. This is a Confusion Mewtwo, by the way. Who's running Confusion on their Mewtwo? Not I. I am running Psycho like a normal human. Ooh, maybe a little bit greedy here. Now not going to get off this Hydro Cannon and going to elect to let the Primarina go. In comes Palkia. Can we get the farm down before another Side Strike? Yes. Okay, so that's at least kind of nice. Going to go for this Spatial Rend here. This is a pretty hard-hitting move against the Dialga. Neutral damage. Going to get shielded. Shields are now down, and this is looking kind of tough. The only win con I can really see is if you, get a farm with Palkia and then land the Spatial Rend on Dialga. The problem is, I think the switch timer is going to come up where you're not going to be able to get that farm down. So this could be a second straight loss for Drewski. We'll see. He may have to try and overcome some adversity in this video. Come on, Palkia. I don't think we can even afford to shield this, to be honest. Okay, Thunder at least. But yeah, Dialga comes in, and we're not going to get there. 2 L's to start things off. Come on, Drewski. Here we go. Game numero tres. Articuno, come on, Arthur. Okay, whoa. Enamoris. We did an Enamoris video. That was a good video. All right. Primarina. Now, this is like kind of good, but also kind of weird because you are dealing double resisted waterfall damage. So your fast attack damage is actually doing less than the double resisted dragon breaths. So not the most comfortable matchup still for Primarina. Going to take another Aqua Tail most likely, and we'll see if Palkia is willing to expend both shields here. Oh, actually gets to a third Aqua Tail, so yeah, Primarina not loving this situation. They do make the catch onto Enamoris, but this is kind of fine because it still does a lot, and you're going to get a nice farm down here. Or just going to fire off the Icy Wind. This makes sense too, so you don't have to worry about shielding something from Enamoris, who has a very high attack stat. Dishes out a lot of damage. Oh, and they are ABA weak to Articuno. Here we go. This is what we want to see. Articuno putting in work, and this is going to be a great setup for the Palkia in back to potentially close things out. Could invest the shield here. Could say I like saving it for the Palkia. Oblivion Wing doesn't even knock out. Reaches another Icy Wind. Let's go, Artie. Let's go. Look how majestic Articuno looks. We swap in. Still have that shield that we saved. I think that was a great decision to use to save that shield. Use it here. And going to correctly shield the Spatial Ren. Gets the farm down. Has the Aqua Tail loaded. And going to knock out the Yveltal with this Aqua Tail. Get the win on the board. There we go. And get things going. Here we go, Drewski. Here we go. Sounds like a high school football chant. Here we go, Lancers. Here we go. That's a funny little IGN for the opponent. Lando, they do not want to take these Ice Shards, that's for sure. So they are going to swap into Mewtwo. Doesn't have an obvious answer, so going to be staying in here. This is a Shadow Mewtwo, so this Side Strike will deal even more damage than it normally does. Going to throw this Icy Wind immediately. I like this play. Debuff as soon as possible. And going to connect. Then you swap in Palkia. Honestly, I wouldn't hate a shield. I mean, you don't want to go down 2 shields, so this makes sense to let it go. But look how much this still does. So yeah, makes sense. They come back in Lando. Might even be able to get to the double Aqua Tail before they get to Sandsear Storm. That would be really nice. Oh, this is beautiful. Because they probably let this go. And now you get some... Oh, wow, they double shield. Holy cow. And they're not going to be able to Mudshot down. So this looks like a really solid situation. You are up a shield. You keep the alignment. You've got Articuno where it wants to be. Maybe respect the potential Stone Edge here. They are going to go for the Stone Edge, and this is perfect. Primarina with that super effective waterfall damage. Going to get off this Hydro Cannon before a Brave Bird comes through. Hydro Cannon nearly knocks out Ho-Oh. Let's see if a Brave Bird does one-shot from this range. I think Primarina might hang on. Oh, just barely hangs on. But here we go. Yep, just one Ice Shard away. Was a little bit scary, right? If Lando got like a farm down there and got to a Stone Edge somehow. But no, Articuno wasn't having it. Very nice. And just like that, needed a few warm-up games. Now we've got a little bit of a hot streak going. Sometimes I feel like my PvP sets go that way. We start off with a loss or two, and I say those are our warm-up games. And then we start getting things going. Oh, beautiful shiny Primarina. Going to swap into his own Primarina. And I actually like this play. Go for the Hydro Cannon to get that turn back. Although it is resisted, it still does a sizable chunk there. Because it's just a better move in general than the Disarming Voice. It's probably like, yeah, like, look at that. It didn't do that much less, honestly, than the Disarming Voice. And going to get off this Disarming Voice against Dragonite, which will probably draw a shield. So they don't seem to have a great answer for Primarina. They're having to tag team it. And I like this pivot. Going in with Artie. Maybe you take the first, knowing They might not want to debuff themselves early. Yeah. Superpower doing a little bit more. Gonna let another one go through here. This might put their switch clock available soon. Oh, wow. Dragonite had so much energy getting off a third move here. Now going to put up a shield. In comes that Primarina. Gotta go for the Icy Wind. Interesting to go for the Icy and not the neutral Ancient Power. I guess Ancient Power is just not that heavy-hitting of a move anyway, so felt like you might as well get off the debuff. Oh, and gets off this Hydro Cannon before going down. Finding a way to make use of the super low Primarina is pretty nice. And did we bank an Icy Wind potentially for the endgame? That could be really nice. Okay, Exca. Oh, this is beautiful. Excadrill is just so frail, so glassy. I don't think it's going to be able to withstand a single Aqua Tail from Palkia. And yeah, the opponent knows it. G to the G. I'm a big Excadrill fan. Unfortunately, with the Mud Shot nerf, just not quite as good in this meta. Mud Slap, of course, did get buffed, so it does have that going for it. But I tried it out in a few sets. I wanted to try and make an Excadrill video, and I just was struggling a bit with Excadrill. It was not doing well for me in like 2 sets that I tried with it. All right, Necrozma. Safe swap Palkia. This is the steel variant of Necrozma. So Articuno wants to get away from it, that's for sure. Dark Pulse connects for some neutral damage. These Aqua Tails will definitely chunk. Double Aqua Tail will threaten to pretty much knock out the Necrozma, as you see here. Doing kind of that perfect amount of damage. Going for the big Spatial Rend. Before the Sucker Punches potentially knock out. Lands it. Some sizable damage, putting this into a farm down range for Articuno. Yeah, I like this. Just going to take the move and understands that maybe the Primarina with shields is going to be valuable. Going to stay in momentarily. Oh, catches a potential Dark Pulse here maybe. Yeah, catches the Dark Pulse on Primarina. Oh my gosh, what? They swap in Rhyperior. What the heck? Did they not see Waterfall? I don't know. They're swapping in. I guess they got to use Rhyperior somewhere. But, oh my gosh. This is not where Rhyperior wants to be in the slightest. Holy cow. Just gets washed away. Going to get off this Parting Hydro Cannon to draw the final shield. And these Waterfalls, I think, are going to put the Necrozma low enough. Oh, okay. They're not going to shield. Interesting. I mean, I don't think it mattered, per se. I think it would have been low enough where Icy would have been enough. But I think you definitely shield the Hydro, right? You understand that a Hydro does more than an Icy Wind. Anyway. Artie into Florges. Interesting. Okay. I think Florges would probably be favored here just because it has the better move, right? Like Moonblast just going to hit a little bit harder here than Icy Wind. So we see a shield come up. Makes sense, right? Get the debuff off before a Moonblast lands. Going to overfarm as well in case the opponent decides to switch out or something. Icy Wind coming through. Debuffs. Going for another Icy Wind. Now the opponent may want to switch out since they're double debuffed, preserve this health, and that's exactly what they do. In comes Necrozma. Doesn't have an obvious answer. Gonna bank the Icy. Now, this is a little bit weird, right? You're down a shield. This is a shiny, by the way. Very nice. Oh, Outrage. Yikes. And suddenly, this looks pretty scary. Comes in Primarina. But now you assume, right, it's Dark Pulse Outrage, so you don't shield. Oh, God. That's a tip the cap. That's a tip the cap game. I don't think I have a hat near me right now. I'm not going to bother running into the other room. I think I know where my hat is. I got caught between hat and cap. Do you guys ever do that? You ever get caught between 2 words and you just like mix the words? I do that all the time. I probably do it like once a day on average. Anyway, there's probably someone, Trevor, in the comments. Rise, I've never done that once. That's only you. Okay. Can't all be perfect. Well, that opponent, if that was me that lost that game, that opponent would have posted it on Twitter, tagged me, great game, Rise. Yeah, for you, great game. Embarrassing one for me. But that was that was kind of cool. The Outrage Sunsteel Strike combo. Sometimes you got to tip the cap. Spatial Rend knocks out opposing Palkia here. Sorry, I got kind of sidetracked there. There was a Nihilego on the screen. I saw Xerneas versus Articuno here. Articuno gonna try and put up a fight. I think oh gosh, Thunder. Dude. I should consider running like another move on my... I've just been running standard, yeah, has to save the shield for the Rock Slide here. Oh, wait, what? What are we doing? We're gonna go for the Dragon Breath down and try and close this game with Palkia? What? Okay, they're running Power Gem. Are we actually gonna be able to do this? I don't think so. I don't think Aqua Tail is gonna be enough before we get Geomancy down. You don't hear that often. Geomancy down. I think Xerneas just barely hangs on here into the red. Not quite enough. Close game. Close game. Good effort, as Niantic tells you after losses. Here we go. Next one. Ooh, okay. Nice lead for Articuno here. Backline wants to... Oh my gosh, they are double weak to Artie. They are double weak to Arthur. Would have been kind of nice to do one more, because unfortunately the opponent threw on alignment, so like would have got the full sneak through, but that's just kind of a call, right? It's not like... So a little bit unlucky. Icy Wind gets shielded. Gonna swap because you don't want to shield the Stone Edge, so this makes sense. Takes the Sandsear Storm. You assume Tapu Bulu comes back. And you at least get off some nice chip damage here before going down. So this is nice. They're going to be forced to expend some energy to take you out. And you keep the alignment that you want. You keep Palkia off of the Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu farming up a lot of energy. We'll go for a move here. Who knows? Maybe they'll throw a move at Artie, or maybe they'll just dip out immediately. I like waiting on the switch clock, making sure you're not locked still. Oh, beautiful. I don't think this is really necessary. Maybe it is. Maybe this kind of secures things because now... Oh, you even get a shield. Beautiful. Because now you don't really have to worry about the Rock Wrecker, I guess. So yeah, I actually kind of like that. And they're just going for Breaking Swipe. And they got a debuff. So yeah, I actually like that Icy Wind. Plus it was super effective. So like if they took it, you just probably Dragon Breath down. G to the G. And, you know, sometimes, like I say, PvP is just kind of a feel. It's not always an exact science, X's and O's. Like, sometimes it's like, do I throw my move here? Do I keep my move for later? Sometimes you just kind of got to go with that feel of what you think kind of sets yourself up the best. And that's what I think kind of in tournament plays and stuff, when you see those players in the moment, finding those win conditions in those tight games, can kind of separate, like, the good from the great players. The Wadages of the world, right, who recently won a tournament in Baltimore to start things off this season. Here we go. Artie versus Rhyperior. Of course, you got to kind of respect that Rock Wrecker that would one-shot the Articuno, double super effective rock damage. So, nice bait by the opponent, baiting the Breaking Swipe. Goes for the catch attempt. Opponent doesn't fall for it. They save the Rock Wrecker for later. And they swap in with their own Primarina. So now we're in the Primarina mirror match, but Drewski's Primarina is ahead on energy. But we are down a shield. Now we're going to see a move coming through from this opposing Primarina. It's going to be a Disarming Voice that is going to knock out. Comes back in with Artie. Going for the Ancient Power. Is this enough to knock out Primarina? Let's see. Not quite. Does get the boost, however. Does get the boost. And going for the... Oh, was maybe trying to catch, but actually is good because you swap anyway. Just going for the Aqua Tail for some chip damage. Opponent should know it's just an Aqua Tail, but it's like at this point you got to shield something, right? So unfortunate for the opponent, but does get the full Dragon Breath down. You can't shield. This is so tough. You know they have a Rock Wrecker. So you can't shield, but but you get the farm down. And you can't get the mud slap down. The opponent, I think, had a potential win con there. Because I think they were only one off the double breaking swipe. So if the opponent had gone for breaking swipe immediately, got the debuff, maybe they live another ice shard and get to a second breaking swipe. I don't know. I believe they were only one off double breaking swipe. I could be wrong, though. You can fact check me, fact checkers. Elusive is the next opponent. Already into Xerneas. Once again, Xerneas just a little bit of like a higher stat product, so gonna benefit in that neutral matchup. We're gonna see the safe swap into Primarina. Xerneas gonna get off this Moonblast first, which is a little bit unfortunate. Oh, yikes. This is tough. Great catch by the opponent. So this is really fighting from behind now. But, I mean, you're not in a bad situation here, right? You're a Primarina against the Palkia. I would honestly throw this and then maybe go into something else. Go into, like, your own Palkia. If it lands, maybe you get the Dragon Breath down. Yeah, I love this. You are going to lock yourself against Xerneas, which isn't great. But the Aqua Tail still chunks. Could leave it maybe in a farm down range. And whatever's in the back, probably not a great Primarina answer. So perhaps you come in with Arthur. Yeah, I like this. The opponent, I think, lagged a turn. Or did they? Maybe not. Gonna go for a move here. Another Moonblast. Articuno takes it. Going for the Icy. Xerneas should be able to withstand this and get off a move, which is unfortunate. Oh, but you shield, and then you can debuff the last Pokemon. Oh. Interesting, interesting. They shield. You can't mud slap down. You got to throw something. And now, these waterfalls are really going to chunk. Oh, and you get off the Icy. The breaking swipe doesn't do enough. You get off the Icy, and now you probably just waterfall down because it does so much. 2 waterfalls is all it takes. Holy cow. Those waterfalls really chunked. They did so much damage to that Rhyperior. Double super effective. Rock, ground, both weak to water. All right, Primarina. We safe swap our own, I think. Whole team is kind of weak to Primarina, but sometimes. Rise, what does he do against Primarina? You are seeing it. He tries to find a way. We see the Necrozma counter swap, but because of the waterfall, right, this is not that bad for Primarina. Not that bad at all. These waterfalls are chunking. If this was Charm Primarina, this would be quite bad. Correctly shields the Sunsteel Strike as well. Really good. Would have liked to see maybe one more waterfall there. Unless I'm wrong, unless like he had to throw there to get the move off first. Oh yeah, it looks like he did. My bad. My bad, Drewski. You're on point. You're on top of the counts. Gets the farm down. Is down a shield, however. So like a waterfall down here could be kind of menacing because all the energy coming. Like I wouldn't even hate. Yeah, the pivot out. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I wouldn't hate the pivot out. Because allowing that big waterfall down would be kind of nasty. Articuno, able to withstand the Hydro. Another one coming through, however. This is going to put it really low. You will get off a Parting Ancient Power. This will at least help put it into like Aqua Tail plus Dragon Breath range. So if they're weak to Palkia in the back, hopefully, maybe there's still a chance. Maybe if there's like a Rhyperior in the back, you can still win this game. Let's see. The big reveal. They're going to get off a Disarming Voice. Oh, no, they're not. Well, they are. But it's going to be caught on Primarina. Oh, my gosh. It's a Moonblast. Even better. Drewski. You savage. What an insane catch. Ho is going to get off a move here. But now the Aqua Tail is probably just going to knock out after the Brave Bird debuff, and you have a move loaded for opposing Primarina. Holy cow. Spatial Rend? Aw. I wanted to see the Spatial Rend, BM. Bang. GG. Aqua Tail knocks out. What a catch. What a great battle. Oh, I was gonna say what a great battle to end it on. But it looks like there's one more. I don't want to spoil things, but there is not much time left in this footage. So is there even a battle? Is this going to be like a quick top left battle? Uh-oh, I'm nervous. Is this just like a queue time that airs out? There's like 30 seconds left in this footage. Tick tock, tick tock. Yeah, I think... Oh. Dude, of course, as soon as I fast forward, something pops up. Looks like something popped up. It looks like this might be... I'm predicting a quick RPS top left. Great lead. Oh, great counter swap, and the opponent is out of here. They were having a bad day. They didn't want to bother playing that out. Makes sense. Well, thank you very much to Drewski for the submission. Articuno really core broke some of those teams. So despite its lack of stat product against some of the heavy hitters in the Master League, really core broke some teams when we saw like Landorus, Tapu Bulu teams, and other flyers as well, like Yveltal and such. So very cool. Shout out to Drewski for the cool submission. Also, I mentioned at the start of the video, non-Pogo related thing, but I, like a lot of you guys know, used to play basketball back in the day. And in 2019, I tore my ACL. And before that, I used to be able to dunk. And after I tore my ACL, it takes like it's a pretty serious knee injury, right? It takes like a year or so to like get back to full strength in the knee. And since I recovered 2020, it's 2024 now, obviously. I had never dunked since I tore my ACL in 2019. I've been like, you know, working out, taking care of myself pretty consistently lately. And earlier today, and also a few times, I threw one down. And I know it kind of looks like it rimmed out, but if I slow this down, you can kind of tell. I'll do it like pretty slow here. You can kind of tell it actually like goes through it. Just the net just kind of like puts it back. Like you can see, boom, like it flushes and then it kind of goes back out. But yeah, so that was kind of cool that I can kind of dunk again. And before all you say travel, Rise, okay, yeah, it's a travel, but like that's not the point. The point is I'm kind of proud I can dunk again. So we're getting there. And anyway, I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. Sometimes I don't know. The channel is Pokemon Go, but it's also the channel is also like us, you know, our community and me sharing my life with you guys as well. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Articuno was fun. If you guys enjoyed this content, feel free to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all of that said, thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.